Hi YouTube, it's EmmaBoys10 here, joined by our dog Zip. Hello Zippy Dippy. Hello Zippy Dippy. Hello sweetheart. Yeah, anyway, this is actually going to be a thoughts video on the incarnate dragons, or the elemental dragons that I've been seeing going rampant around on Duel Network, and everybody's been talking about them as the new, not exactly new Chaos Dragons, but the new big dragon deck that's going to be affecting the format when these guys come out. At the moment they're only available in the OCG, and there's only 4 dragon elements out at the moment. There's fire, water, earth and wind. No light and dark variants have yet to be been confirmed yet, although we probably might be seeing them sometime soon. The elemental dragons are very interesting. I think they're a really cool deck archetype. They can be utilised, of course, by the typical cards of Red Eyes Darkness, Metal Dragon and everything. But all of them are level 7 monsters, and their attack and defence always have a sum of 4600, which is very interesting. And they've actually got younger versions, level 4 versions, which will help, which when they come out will help to special summon them from the deck a lot easier. So this is going to be a very, very interesting deck archetype, to say the least. And oops, nearly knocked that over there. I think it would be really cool. I might build this on Duel Network myself, actually, just a pure elemental dragon deck, not a competitive version. But I just want to give you my thoughts and opinions on what their strategies, their effects and everything, so I hope you guys do enjoy. Anyways, as I said, there's 4 confirmed so far. There's Blaster, the elemental dragon of fire; Tidal, the elemental dragon of cascades, or actually Blaster's effect is elemental dragon of calderas; Tidal, the elemental dragon of cascades; Tempest, the elemental dragon of cyclones; and Redox, the elemental dragon of crags. Each of them can be special summoned from the hand or graveyard by discarding or banishing 2 dragon type monsters or 2 corresponding attribute monsters, depending on what dragon you have, from the hand or graveyard, and special summon that card from your hand. During the opponent's end phase, if it was special summoned that way, it returns to the hand. Each of them have a different effect. For example, for Blaster, you can discard this card and 1 other fire monster to the graveyard to target a card in the field and destroy it. Tidal's effect is discard this card and 1 water monster to the graveyard, send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. Cyclones is discard this card and 1 wind monster to the graveyard to add a dragon type monster from the deck to the hand. And Redox is discard this card and an earth monster to the graveyard to target a monster in the graveyard and special summon it. And then all of them end with, if this card is banished, you can add 1 corresponding attribute dragon type monster from the deck to the hand, and you can only use their effect once per turn. So basically they each have a slightly different effect of like targeting cards in the field, adding cards to your hand, resurrection and sending monsters to the graveyard. And then when they're all banished, you can basically add another one of these sort of cards to your hand if it does happen to get banished by another dragon's effect. So really, there's a lot of really nasty plays. They are very easy to summon. A lot of the times I have gone up against the elemental dragons, 9 times out of 10 they have managed to get a number 11 Big Eye, which is the rank 7 monster that when you detach an XYZ material, you can just basically permanently take control of an opponent's monster. So it's just a basic permanent change of heart, basically. I've also seen these go into a 1st or 2nd turn light and darkness dragon, so summon your dragons, get their effects, and then tribute the special summoned ones to get out light and darkness dragon on the field. I've seen Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon utilise their abilities to special summon them, because obviously if these are special summoned via like Red Eyes Darkness ability instead of their own abilities, then during the opponent's end phase they don't return to the hand, which is pretty cool. Interestingly enough, if you decide to utilise all 4 of these elements, which you probably can do, you have to have other dragon monsters with corresponding elements as well, or attributes at least, because otherwise you don't get their full potential really. So for example, I have seen more use of Masked Dragon, which is a fire monster. There's Debris Dragon and Quackaimeyu Dragon for the wind. Earth Dragon type monsters. I'm trying to think of what ones I have seen. Ones that I've seen, ones that are suggested in a deck list here are things like Exploder Dragon and Golem Dragon. And for the water, there's Blizzard Dragon, which is a pretty good one, to say the least. What else is there? Yeah, so I think they're pretty cool that they're all based on elements and all that, and they have pretty cool artwork, and the combos they can do, you know, pretty much they're really easy to swarm with as well if you have the correct cards to summon them and everything. They're just really devastating, and a lot of players do sometimes tend to just rage quit immediately once they see these kind of cards being played, because sometimes you just cannot get over them. But the way I do it is you keep fighting on through them, because they're very weak to like things like dino fossil creature. I can't remember what its name is. There it is, Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Summon that and they're basically stopped. They're also weak to somebody else using a Light and Darkness Dragon. I have actually used a Light and Darkness Dragon against them, and they couldn't do anything when there was a Light and Darkness Dragon out in the field. They weakened it enough, but with another 2 or so waiting in the wings, you know, it's basically a battle of who can get the Light and Darkness out first, which is quite interesting. The other thing about the Elemental Dragons is they now have younger versions, as I mentioned earlier, which are basically level 4 versions of themselves. There's Stream, the Elemental Dragon of Water, Rectan, the Elemental Dragon of Earth, Burner, the Elemental Dragon of Fire, and Lightning, the Elemental Dragon of Wind. Again, there's no Light and Dark variants as of yet. They can special summon the level 7 Incarnate or Elemental Dragons from the deck by discarding themselves and a corresponding attribute monster to the graveyard. So that's basically, you send those cards to the graveyard, that's you got yourself set up for an Incarnate Dragon or the Elemental Dragon already. So then you can banish those 2 cards in the graveyard you just sent, special summon your monster, gets effects sent off, overlay, tribute, synchro, whatever, and that's it. That's the strategy gone, and that's you basically overwhelming the opponent that way. So as I said, this is definitely going to be the new biggest dragon, because I've seen these on Duel Network. They're really good, they're really fun to watch and everything, although they can be frustrating to try and get over, but I think they're a pretty cool archetype. I really do hope they release more support for this card, or these types of cards anyway, but even with Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon at 1, it still makes the deck very, very dangerous, to say the least. But as I said, they're only out in the OCG at the moment. They probably will be coming into the TCG very, very soon. I'm not sure where set they are. Oh, there they are. They are from the Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. They're actually going to be in the next set, so this is going to be very interesting. I don't think I'll be making a deck of this in real life, unfortunately, because I've got a funny feeling their rarities and everything are going to be bumped up quite a bit. Because if they're doing really well on Duel Network and lots of people are using them, then we're going to have a problem. They're going to be bumped up in price and rarity probably. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to say the least about this. But anyway, I don't think there's anything else I can talk about. I've already mentioned all the plays I've seen so far, so it's very interesting. Is there anything else? No, I don't think there's anything else I can say about this deck. I like it. I might build it myself on Duel Network. I do not know yet, but if I do, knowing me, I'll probably make a pure version of it. It won't be focusing on like locking down the opponent completely, or you know, like with Light and Darkness Dragon or Big Eye and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I'll probably build a pure Elemental Dragon deck, because that's just how I play decks, really. I try to keep things as pure as possible. Yeah, I think that's everything for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if I kept staring at the screen there. I was trying to read all the information I could possibly get. So that's my thoughts and opinions on the Elemental Dragons. I think they're a really cool deck archetype. I really like them, even if they can be very overwhelming and frustrating if I happen to go up against them. I won't be using them in the Blue Eyes Dragons, because I've already got plenty of dragons in there, high level dragons in there, to say the least. But this might be seen on Dual Network. If there is, I might do a video about it. I don't know yet. But anyway, till then everybody, take care and we'll see you later. Bye!